Vidit just arriving for his clash against Magnus,
There he is.
who, as always, fashionably...
Magnus is not at the board at 7:59? I can't believe it. I think the rest day wasn't enough to delve into all of its nuances. And
E5.
looks like he's played E5. Maybe a Berlin?
Oh, wow. Bishop C4. The bishop's
Ooh.
opening. So Magnus, if I'm not wrong, right? He could go knight F3. Oh, no. He goes knight F3. I'm so disappointed, Dania.
Oh,
No.
he transposes into the Italian. Oh, my, that's so lame. Why did he initiate that whole thing? I mean, he might... Was he afraid of the Petrov, maybe? Maybe he was afraid of the Petrov. This game is going to end in a draw with 99% certainty, Fiona. As Magnus, yeah, he takes on F4 in this position with the rook. And we talked about this line, knight takes D4, knight takes D4. Vidit collecting the F4 pawn. And yeah, and then Vidit has made a move, and that move is...
Rook E8.
Rook E8. He has played it. Magnus immediately taking the knight. This might this is going to transpose. And we're going to go down this line.
And this line looks very, very scary for black, no?
Extremely. It might be a draw by the narrowest of margins, but it is very clear that Vidit has already done something wrong, and he is hanging by a thread here in that resulting endgame. He's a magician. It's crazy how he does this all the time.
And I mean, how quickly it happened. Like, we looked at this possession, 5-6 moves ago with the tension in the center, and I thought, okay, he's seen Anisha's in trouble. A draw is a good result. A couple of natural moves are played, and suddenly, I guess both of us feel like Magnus is a huge favorite to win this game.
I mean, if he survives this with this amount of time, that would be just miraculous at this point. Now, again, White does not want to rush D7. This would actually be a terrible idea. This has to be calculated very carefully by Magnus.
Magnus, who is just about to make a move.
And it's D7. He has played D7. If that is in fact the case, and if this is actually just a draw, then that was a massive oversight by Magnus, who just played too quickly.
Yeah, I was actually just going to ask you, do you think Magnus played D7 too quickly, which apparently we are getting confirmation that that was indeed a blunder.
It was a blunder.
And Vidit, you can almost tell a difference in body language from the last time we checked in here. He is getting a second chance. Let's see if he can find this crucial, I think, B4, but then King G6 is where the game will be decided. And we see that Vidit has indeed gone B4, and now is right about where it might start dawning on Magnus that he did play indeed D6 prematurely.
We'll keep an eye on his body language, but he is going to be furious with himself after the game, because essentially a win would have put the tournament in the bag.
Dania, you called it Vidit might be spending 20 minutes here. He still hasn't gone B3.
I would not have had this level of patience. And I think Magnus, you can kind of tell that he's getting angsty. I just played B3 already kind of expression. And of course, now White can already promote it. And it turns out that, and you were caught right on the money. You were right on the money. He's gone B3.
Magnus not looking in great shape, actually. I don't know if it's the frustration now that I mean, he's had plenty of time, all that time that Vidit has spent in this spot. Magnus, I'm sure he wasn't thinking about B3. He knew this is just a draw now if Vidit plays B3. So he's had plenty of time to think about, could he have done something better before? And from his reaction right now, to me, it seems like he's come to the conclusion, yeah, there was a better try than this. I'm not sure what it is that makes Magnus look so distraught here after B3. It's such a strange moment to suddenly...
I mean, he's also Magnus, you're leading the tournament. You're okay. You know, it's going to be fine.
And Dania, it took a while for us to get there, but now the game really is well and truly over, and there is the handshake.
It is, handshake. A draw agreed, and they decided to go into that queen end game. And what a save for Vidit. Recovering from that incredibly painful loss. And that just shows, his resilience and strength of character. He nicks Magnus for a draw, but obviously, given that Nishikori lost, for Magnus, this draw, he's going to be disappointed, but this only extends his lead in the tournament.
For sure. He is now still leading. I think he's a point clear. We'll see the standings in a second anyway. They're just being updated now. But yeah, for Magnus, in terms of tournament standings, it is a good result. A half a point. He'll be half a point clear of Rapport. So in terms of tournament standings, it is good news. Reminder that, well, we'll wait. We'll talk about that when the results are. For now, we see a very animated discussion between Magnus and Vidit.